relatives were overcome with emotion, hearing that no one on board had survived.
A major breakthrough has emerged in the search for Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. British researchers have detected a new signal that could finally reveal the plane's fate after nearly a decade of mystery and heartache. This discovery offers hope and potential closure for the families of the 239 people on board. But what exactly is this new signal? How did researchers uncover it? Join us as we dive into this astonishing development and explore the hidden details behind the search for MH370. In a remarkable turn of events, British researchers from Cardiff University have made a significant breakthrough in the search for Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. The detection of a new signal is at the heart of this discovery, which could finally unravel the mystery that has gripped the world for nearly a decade. The team from Cardiff University, renowned for their expertise in signal processing and deep-sea acoustics, identified a weak but distinct signal emanating from the southern Indian Ocean. This signal, previously undetected by other search efforts, has sparked renewed hope and excitement among the global community invested in finding MH370. The process of identifying this signal was a meticulous and challenging one, involving cutting-edge technology and innovative methodologies. Richard Godfrey, a British engineer who has been deeply involved in the MH370 search efforts, played a key role in this discovery. Godfrey's expertise in WSPR, weak signal propagation reporter technology, allowed the team to detect and analyze the faint signal. WSPR technology uses radio signals to track and map disturbances caused by large objects, such as an aircraft, moving through the atmosphere or ocean. By studying these disturbances, Godfrey and his team were able to pinpoint a signal that aligned with the flight path of MH370. Godfrey explained that the signal detected was incredibly weak, making it difficult to identify and confirm. However, the team's persistence paid off as they refined their techniques and utilized advanced signal processing algorithms to enhance the clarity of the data. The breakthrough came when they matched the detected signal with the known trajectory of MH370, providing a strong indication that the signal could indeed be from the missing aircraft. The significance of this discovery cannot be overstated. For the first time in years, there is a tangible lead that could guide search efforts to a more precise location in the huge southern Indian Ocean. The signal has allowed researchers to narrow down the search area significantly, focusing on a region previously overlooked due to the challenges of deep-sea exploration. For the families of the 239 people on board MH370, this breakthrough offers a glimmer of hope that answers might finally be within reach. The pain and uncertainty they have endured for nearly a decade could soon be alleviated as search teams move closer to uncovering the fate of their loved ones. Furthermore, this discovery has revitalized the global aviation community's commitment to solving the mystery of MH370. The advancements in signal detection and processing demonstrated by the Cardiff University team could pave the way for more effective search efforts in the future, potentially preventing other tragedies from remaining unresolved. Equipped with the latest data and a clearer understanding of where to look, the next phase of the search for MH370 holds promise. But to truly appreciate the magnitude of this breakthrough, we need to revisit the initial days of the MH370 disappearance and understand the complex and exhaustive search efforts that preceded this discovery. On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport at 12:41 a.m. local time, bound for Beijing Capital International Airport. The aircraft, a Boeing 777-200ER, was carrying 227 passengers and 12 crew members. This routine flight was expected to last about 6 hours, but it never reached its destination. Less than an hour into its journey, at 1:19 a.m., MH370 made its final voice contact with Malaysian Air Traffic Control. Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah signed off with the routine message, "Good night, Malaysian 370. Minutes later, the aircraft's transponder, which communicates with ground radar, was inexplicably turned off, causing the plane to vanish from civilian radar screens. Military radar continued to track the aircraft after it disappeared from civilian radar. It was observed that MH370 deviated sharply from its planned route. Instead of continuing north towards Beijing, the plane turned westward, crossing the Malay Peninsula, and then veering southwest over the Andaman Sea. This unplanned and abrupt change in course was highly unusual and immediately raised concerns about the nature of the aircraft's disappearance. How did the search teams navigate this sudden disappearance? What technological advancements were employed in their relentless quest? Let's explore these efforts that marked the early stages of the search for MH370. In the immediate aftermath of the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, an unprecedented international search operation was launched. The initial phase of the search involved surface searches by ships and aircraft from multiple countries. These efforts were concentrated in the South China Sea, where the aircraft was last detected by civilian radar. The participating nations included Malaysia, Vietnam, China, Thailand, Indonesia, and the United States. Each country contributed significant resources, with naval vessels, helicopters, and surveillance aircraft scouring the sea for any signs of debris or wreckage. The Royal Malaysian Navy deployed numerous ships, including the KD Pahang and KD Kelantan, which were equipped with sophisticated sonar and radar systems. The Vietnamese Navy and Coast Guard also dispatched vessels to the search area, while China sent several warships, including the Jinggangshan amphibious assault ship. The United States joined the efforts by deploying the USS Pinckney, a guided missile destroyer, and the USS Kidd, both equipped with MH-60R Seahawk helicopters designed for search and rescue missions. In addition to surface searches, airborne operations were conducted using advanced aircraft equipped with radar and imaging technology. The Royal Malaysian Air Force, the Royal Australian Air Force, and the United States Navy's P-8 Poseidon aircraft played critical roles in these aerial searches. These aircraft flew extensive sorties over the designated search areas, using radar and infrared sensors to detect any floating debris or anomalies on the ocean surface. Despite these comprehensive efforts, the initial search phase in the South China Sea yielded no conclusive evidence of the aircraft. As days turned into weeks, the search area expanded westward towards the Andaman Sea and beyond, following new leads and data analyses. One of the key assets in the expanded search was the Australian vessel Ocean Shield, equipped with advanced underwater search technology. In April 2014, Ocean Shield was deployed to the southern Indian Ocean, a region identified as a potential crash site based on satellite data analysis by Inmarsat and the Australian Transport Safety Bureau, ATSB. The vessel was equipped with a towed pinger locator, designed to detect the acoustic signals emitted by the aircraft's black boxes. Ocean Shield began its mission by towing the pinger locator through the search area, hoping to pick up signals from the underwater locator beacons attached to MH370's flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder. This method was chosen because the black box's batteries, which power the beacons, have a limited lifespan of approximately 30 days. Time was of the essence, and the search team worked around the clock to cover as much area as possible before the signals faded. In early April, Ocean Shield detected several acoustic signals, which initially raised hopes that the black boxes had been located. The pings were heard on multiple occasions, prompting a concentrated search in the area where the signals were detected. However, after an exhaustive investigation, it was determined that the signals were not related to MH370, leading to further frustration and uncertainty. The initial search efforts, both on the surface and underwater, were hindered by challenging environmental conditions. The southern Indian Ocean is notorious for its rough seas, high winds, and unpredictable weather patterns, making search operations complex. Additionally, the wide range of the search area posed a significant logistical challenge, requiring coordination and cooperation among the international teams involved. As the search continued, it became evident that more advanced underwater technology and extensive mapping of the ocean floor would be necessary to locate the aircraft. This realization marked the transition to the next phase of the search, which involved deploying autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, and deep-sea sonar equipment to explore the uncharted depths of the ocean. Despite the lack of immediate success, the data and experience gained from these early efforts informed the strategies and technologies used in the following years. What advanced technologies and methodologies were employed in the subsequent underwater search phase to continue the quest for MH370? The initial search efforts for Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, despite their scale and intensity, did not yield the aircraft's location. This led to the deployment of advanced underwater search technologies to explore the challenging depths of the southern Indian Ocean. From 2015 to 2017, these efforts were marked by the use of sophisticated autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, and detailed seafloor mapping, as well as significant discoveries that provided crucial clues. In late 2014, the Australian Transport Safety Bureau, ATSB, contracted the Dutch company Fugro to conduct an extensive underwater search using advanced AUVs. The primary vehicles deployed were the Bluefin 21 and Geo Phoenix, which were equipped with high-resolution sonar systems capable of operating at depths of up to 6,000 meters. These AUVs played a critical role in scanning the ocean floor for any signs of the missing aircraft. The Bluefin 21 AUV, operated by Phoenix International, was among the first to be deployed. It conducted a series of missions in the designated search area, systematically mapping the seabed with its side-scan sonar. The Bluefin 21's missions were meticulously planned to cover the search area in a grid pattern, ensuring that no potential evidence was overlooked. Each mission lasted approximately 24 hours, during which the AUV collected data before surfacing for analysis. In parallel, the Geo Phoenix, another AUV operated by the same company, was deployed to complement the efforts of Bluefin 21. The Geo Phoenix was equipped with advanced synthetic aperture sonar, SOAS, which provided even higher resolution images of the seabed. This technology was crucial in identifying small objects and potential debris fields that might have been missed by earlier searches. The AUV's ability to operate at extreme depths and their advanced imaging capabilities made them indispensable tools in the search for MH370. A breakthrough came in July 2015 when a piece of debris was found on Reunion Island, located in the western Indian Ocean. This debris, identified as a flaperon from a Boeing 777, was confirmed to be part of MH370 by French authorities. The discovery of the flaperon provided the first tangible evidence that MH370 had indeed ended its flight in the Indian Ocean. This significant find validated the search area and spurred further efforts to locate the main wreckage. Additional resources were deployed to scour the ocean floor, including deep-tow sonar systems and remotely operated vehicles, ROVs. These technologies allowed search teams to capture detailed images and video of the seabed, further enhancing the search's precision. The search strategy involved a combination of wide-area sonar mapping, followed by targeted investigations of anomalies detected in the sonar data. Over the course of the search, multiple underwater missions were conducted, each contributing valuable data to the ongoing effort. Despite the harsh conditions and immense challenges, these technological advancements brought search teams closer to solving one of aviation's greatest mysteries. Now, let's explore these developments and the impact they had on the search efforts. Following the flaperon discovery, additional pieces of debris began washing ashore on various islands in the Indian Ocean and along the east coast of Africa. In December 2015, a piece of horizontal stabilizer was found on a beach in Mozambique. This part, along with others subsequently found, was confirmed to belong to MH370 through unique serial numbers and other identifying marks. In March 2016, an engine cowling with a Rolls-Royce logo was discovered on the coast of South Africa, further corroborating the aircraft's fate in the Indian Ocean. Around the same time, another piece of the plane, identified as a fragment of the interior panel, was found on the island of Rodrigues in Mauritius. These discoveries were significant for confirming the plane's final location, and also for narrowing down the search area. Each piece of debris provided clues about the ocean currents and the potential crash site. By analyzing the drift patterns, oceanographers were able to refine their models and better estimate the possible location of the main wreckage. The ongoing discoveries included a wing part known as a flaperon found on Pemba Island off the coast of Tanzania in June 2016. This piece was crucial as it showed signs of prolonged exposure to the elements, suggesting it had been floating for a considerable time before washing ashore. This, along with other debris finds, reinforced the hypothesis that MH370 had crashed into a remote part of the southern Indian Ocean. As the search progressed, the costs and logistical complexities mounted. Despite the extensive use of technology and international cooperation, the main wreckage of MH370 remained elusive. In January 2017, after more than 2 years of searching and covering over 120,000 square kilometers of the ocean floor, the official search was suspended. The decision was made due to the absence of new credible evidence pointing to the location of the wreckage. The suspension of the official search did not signify the end of the quest for MH370. Instead, it marked a transition to a new phase, where private companies and technological advancements would play a crucial role. How did these renewed efforts and innovations pave the way for continued search operations? Following the suspension of the official search for Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 in January 2017, hope for finding the missing aircraft was reignited by the private company Ocean Infinity. In early 2018, Ocean Infinity launched a renewed search effort, leveraging cutting-edge technology and advanced autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, to cover previously unexplored areas of the southern Indian Ocean. Ocean Infinity, a marine robotics company specializing in seabed exploration, brought a new level of sophistication to the search. Their approach involved the use of multiple AUVs, each equipped with state-of-the-art sonar and imaging systems capable of operating at extreme depths. Unlike traditional search methods that required a vessel to tow sonar equipment, these AUVs could independently navigate the seafloor, allowing for a more efficient and extensive search operation. In January 2018, Ocean Infinity deployed their vessel, Seabed Constructor, to the search area. The Seabed Constructor was specially designed for deep-sea operations and could simultaneously deploy up to 8 AUVs. Each AUV was capable of diving to depths of 6,000 meters and covering large swaths of the ocean floor in a single mission. This fleet of AUVs worked in a coordinated manner, using sonar to map the seabed in high resolution and identify any anomalies that could potentially be wreckage from MH370. The search plan devised by Ocean Infinity was ambitious. They aimed to cover an additional 112,000 square kilometers of the ocean floor, focusing on areas identified through drift modeling and previous search data analysis. The primary search area extended along the 7th arc, where the last satellite communication with MH370 was recorded. The use of advanced technology allowed Ocean Infinity to operate continuously, regardless of weather conditions, thus maximizing search efficiency. Throughout the search, the AUVs transmitted data back to the Seabed Constructor, where it was analyzed in real time by a team of experts. This rapid analysis enabled the team to quickly identify and investigate potential debris fields. The high-resolution sonar images provided detailed views of the seabed, helping to distinguish between natural formations and possible aircraft wreckage. Their AUVs utilized synthetic aperture sonar, SAS, which provided unparalleled image clarity and detail. This technology was crucial in identifying small and scattered debris that might have been missed by previous searches. Additionally, the AUVs were equipped with cameras and other sensors that could capture photographic evidence and physical characteristics of any discovered objects. Their comprehensive coverage and advanced technology offered a renewed sense of hope to the families of the MH370 passengers and crew. While the search did not immediately yield the discovery of the main wreckage, it did uncover several shipwrecks and provided valuable data about the seafloor topography. As the search for the aircraft continued, the public came up with many conspiracy theories ranging from reasonable to bizarre. What are these conspiracies, and how have they shaped the narrative surrounding the disappearance of MH370? One of the earliest theories suggested that a catastrophic mechanical failure led to the disappearance of MH370. This theory posits that the aircraft suffered a sudden and severe malfunction, such as a fire or decompression event, which incapacitated the crew and passengers. Proponents of this theory often point to possible failures in the aircraft's electrical systems, engine malfunction, or structural failure. However, modern aircraft are designed with multiple redundancies to handle such emergencies, and the lack of a distress signal makes this scenario less likely. Building on the mystery, another widely discussed theory is that MH370 was hijacked. This theory gained traction due to the unexplained turn the aircraft made after losing contact with the air traffic control. Some speculate that hijackers could have taken control of the plane, possibly forcing the pilots to change course. The presence of 2 passengers with stolen passports initially fueled these suspicions. However, further investigations revealed that these individuals were not linked to any terrorist groups, and no credible evidence has surfaced to support the hijacking theory. Shifting focus, the pilot suicide theory centers on Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah. Some investigators believe that Zahari deliberately crashed the aircraft in a premeditated act of suicide. This theory suggests that Zahari may have depressurized the cabin to incapacitate the passengers and crew before flying the plane to a remote part of the Indian Ocean. Supporters of this theory often cite Zahari's home flight simulator, which contained routes over the southern Indian Ocean. However, psychological evaluations and testimonies from family and friends paint Zahari as a dedicated and stable pilot, leaving this theory without definitive proof. Adding a more fantastical element among the more outlandish theories is the idea that MH370 was abducted by aliens. Proponents of this theory argue that the sudden disappearance and lack of debris are consistent with an extraterrestrial encounter. They point to historical accounts of UFO sightings and unexplained phenomena as supporting evidence. This theory, while intriguing to some, lacks any scientific basis or credible evidence and is generally dismissed by experts. In a more technologically focused narrative, the cyber hijacking theory posits that MH370 was taken over remotely by hackers. In this scenario, sophisticated hackers could have accessed the aircraft's flight control systems and redirected it to an unknown location. The rapid advancement of technology and past instances of cyber attacks lend some plausibility to this theory. However, aviation experts and cybersecurity specialists argue that the level of access required to remotely control an aircraft is highly unlikely given the current security measures in place on commercial flights. Adding to the myriad of explanations, Richard Godfrey, a British aerospace engineer, has proposed a detailed theory regarding the final location of MH370. Using weak signal propagation reporter (WSPR) technology, Godfrey suggests that the aircraft's movements can be tracked through disturbances in radio signals. According to his analysis, MH370 likely crashed in a specific area of the southern Indian Ocean, west of Perth, Australia. Godfrey's theory has gained attention due to its methodological approach, but it remains one of many hypotheses pending further evidence. Expanding on the investigative efforts, Vincent Line, a former researcher at the University of Tasmania, also presents a compelling theory about MH370's final moments. He posits that the aircraft made an intentional detour over Penang, the pilot's hometown, before heading south. Line suggests that this maneuver indicates a possible sentimental journey by the pilot. He further asserts that the wreckage lies within a deep ocean trench, which has made detection difficult. Line's theory is bolstered by some data, but, like others, lacks definitive proof. Other theories suggest that MH370 was intentionally diverted to a secret location. This could involve a covert operation by a state or non-state actor for reasons ranging from espionage to obtaining high-value passengers or cargo. This theory often ties into geopolitical narratives and has been fueled by the lack of transparent information from some involved parties. However, the complexity and secrecy required for such an operation make it one of the more speculative scenarios. Compounding the intrigue, another theory speculates that MH370 was accidentally shot down during a military exercise. Proponents argue that the aircraft may have strayed into a restricted area and was mistakenly targeted. This theory often points to the region's political tensions and the possibility of a cover-up. While there have been historical precedents of accidental shoot-downs, no concrete evidence supports this theory in the case of MH370. In terms of environmental analysis, the drift modeling theory focuses on the analysis of ocean currents and debris. By studying where debris from MH370 has washed ashore, scientists attempt to backtrack the likely crash site. This method has helped narrow down search areas, but also highlights the complexities of the ocean. The flaperon found on Reunion Island, for example, drifted thousands of kilometers from the suspected crash zone, demonstrating the challenges in pinpointing the exact location. As we analyze these theories, it becomes clear that the disappearance of MH370 remains one of the most perplexing mysteries in aviation history. Each theory offers a different perspective, reflecting the diverse opinions and emotions of those seeking answers. But the MH370 case is not isolated. What other aviation incidents bear similarities to the MH370 case, and what lessons can be learned from them? One of the most notable incidents is the disappearance of Air France Flight 447 on June 1, 2009. This Airbus S330 was en route from Rio de Janeiro to Paris when it vanished over the Atlantic Ocean. Severe weather and turbulence played a role in its disappearance, and the initial search efforts were hampered by the remoteness of the location in the ocean's depth. Despite extensive surface searches by ships and aircraft, immediate signs of wreckage were not found. The breakthrough came 2 years later when advanced underwater search technology, including autonomous underwater vehicles, AUVs, and deep-sea sonar equipment, located the wreckage. The recovery of the black boxes provided crucial data, revealing that pilot misinterpretation and incorrect decisions following the failure of the pitot tubes, which measure airspeed, led to an aerodynamic stall from which the aircraft did not recover. In a similar vein, Egypt Air Flight 804 disappeared over the Mediterranean Sea on May 19, 2016, while flying from Paris to Cairo. The aircraft lost contact with air traffic control and subsequently crashed into the sea. Initial search efforts by Egypt, Greece, and other neighboring countries focused on the last known location of the aircraft. Wreckage and personal belongings were soon found floating in the sea, leading to the retrieval of the black boxes. The analysis indicated that a fire had broken out in the cockpit, causing a loss of control. This investigation suggested that the fire could have been ignited by flammable materials, possibly including lithium batteries in the cargo. Another significant case is the mid-air explosion of TWA Flight 800 off the coast of Long Island on July 17, 1996. The Boeing 747 was en route from New York to Paris when it exploded shortly after takeoff, killing all 230 people on board. The extensive search and recovery operations involved numerous agencies, including the U.S. Navy and the FBI. Investigators eventually concluded that the explosion was caused by a spark in the center fuel tank, which ignited the flammable fuel-air mixture. The investigation led to several safety recommendations, including changes in aircraft design to reduce the likelihood of such explosions and the implementation of new safety protocols for fuel tank maintenance and inspection.